Welcome to another video that is going to be quite different from the ones I have already made. Given that most of the time I work with huge adventures that take me a gazillion of months to finish up, my brain is getting fried by thinking, writing, reading, editing the same story again and again. So I need some kind of a creative break. And this will be it. My brand new series of smaller videos that will be hopefully helpful for all kinds of game masters. Daily quests. Let's face it, they are called daily because you can use them on your daily games, because there's no way I can make them daily. But still, there will be a needed break, I hope, for you as well as me during my regular adventure walkthroughs. And just to see how perceptive you are, I have already started my new adventure guide. That will be another behemoth of a series. On my last video, I mentioned it quite a lot. If you think you know which series it is, leave a comment below. And if you're right, I think I need to find out what will happen if you're right. But anyhow, stay tuned. So welcoming to this new chapter of the daily quest, let's establish some foundations. I will be using quests that I have either used in my games or have created or read and find them really interesting to be on our tables. As always, I will be using my homebrew world of Erebus to place those quests. That way I can have some visual aids with my maps from my world that will be easier to break them down and have them all gathered nice and tidily. So to be true on the short part of these videos, welcome on my daily quest number 1, Ambushed on the Road. This quest has been used in some of the most iconic adventures of Dungeons & Dragons. The two that come to mind, since I have covered them already in this channel, is the Red Hand of Doom and the Lost Mines of Phandelver. It is a simple opening that most often than not is a great campaign starter, going into a combat mode for the first time to test out your characters and your strengths as a new game master. The premise is simple and generic enough to fit in any game and any world. Traversing the road towards the city of Theogonia, the players hear commotion up ahead on the turn of the road. Either by stealth or speed, they will reach the scene that looks like this. A cart's way has been blocked by a couple of trees that have been cut down and strategically placed on the road. Behind them, some bandits take cover with their crossbows loaded. A large man is sitting in front of the trees and addresses the drivers, introducing himself as Drogram, the Tollmaster. While everyone is captivated with what's going on the front part of the road, behind the cart already 2 thugs have run and used manacles and chain to lock the cart down, passing the chain through both of the wooden wheels and binding it on a tree nearby. In essence, the bandits ask for ransom. Pay X amount of gold or else the cart goes nowhere. The RP can vary. Having the bandits pose as tollmasters and require money to keep the road clear is one way to present themselves. Pure greedy thugs that simply are cocky and do not expect adventurers on the cart is another. The scene has been set, and now the most important reason these encounters should exist come up. What will your players choose to do? Will they deal with the bandits? Will they hide and wait to see the outcome? Will they bypass them silently since they already have their hands full with another quest perhaps? This is the fun part of being a game master, being in quantum space, when everything goes until someone opens the box and looks for the cat. But as the most perceptive of you might have noticed, this is an encounter, and a random at that. It's not a quest. Now, starting a new series called Daily Quests, when we have already established that they're not going to be daily, published on my end, presenting random encounters instead of quests, well, that is going to be a really hard task to blame on my non-native English. So this is the fun part of Daily Quests. To make them meaningful, they have to be connected with people, things, locations of your world. In this instance, my Erebus. The random encounter was one of my older groups. They decided to go all in fighting the bandits, killing most of them, but unfortunately getting the passengers killed in the process. A thunderwave gone wrong. The wizard used his spell, but he was a beginner in the arcane knowledge, and unfortunately mistakes had happened. The leader of the bandits and the driver were the only ones left alive. Drogram managed to escape the scene while the group were shocked by the massacre that they had caused. They really felt bad for the killing of the innocent people, but they felt mostly scared that they will find trouble in the big city of Theogonia on their first day arriving. So they carried everyone on the side of the forest, burying them, let the one driver that was alive take all the money of the thugs and promise never to speak of it again. And they went on their travels, scarred for life. So this is a hook of our quest, which is always good to have them to make the quest deeper and more meaningful. You can use that encounter as a quest as well, if that's what you're seeking for, or simply change it on the spot. It's so easy to do with generic setups like that. For instance, your players watch the adventuring party kill and bury the merchants. What will they do? Will they confront them? Will they follow them to Theogonia and blackmail them now that they know the truth? Will they wait for them to sleep at a local tavern while they go get the authorities? Or, for instance, your players find that the merchants and the thugs, they have been already fighting on the road. Will they help the merchants? They are the obvious innocent guys, right? How will they react if they see dead human bodies piled inside the cart after the fact? How do they feel when they've learned that they killed innocent farmers that tried to kill the killers of their friends? I think you get my drift. So back to the actual quest. The quest giver is the father of one of the passengers. He is a well-off merchant that lost his son in that very same cart. His body was found in the forest, so they know that he is killed, and he pays to find who has done the crime. So the players who will pick up the quest will have the opportunity to explore the city of Theogonia investigating. The clue they need to find is that the driver of the cart is still alive. He is the sole survivor of the passengers, and he can point them at the right direction. Paying at the docks can provide that information for them. Getting drunk at the Vulgar Minister or the Five Stone Tavern will most certainly give them plenty of information to move ahead. Heading to Humans' Quarters, where all the coaching companies have their stores, will provide some information on the driver as well. Locating the driver at the floating market will provide them with the following information. The driver knows that was some magical words that they were cast behind him. After the effect took place, he was deaf for a long while, and he was pushed back like the rest of them from the force from the side of the cart. By now, any arcane-inclined player should already deduct that the thunder wave was used. Now, the one thing that the driver knows for sure is the description of the leader of the bandits. He kept looking at him before the wave came from behind. He never seen the adventuring party, so he cannot give any information about them. Now the players have a new lead, the description of Drogram. They can approach some of the thieving guilds in the area and try to ask some information. They can gather information at the dry docks, where most of the guilds are operating. Theogonia is famous for their fortune tellers in Darkness Rise. Have them have a go at them to lose some gold and send them on a wild goose hunt. The city guard will be the place to locate the thug easily. They have arrested him in the past, and they can identify him as Drogram the Fierce and send them at his last location. Once Drogram is located, we are at a turning point. If you are indeed interested for a one-shot quest, the leader is the perfect fall guy. You can have him telling the group that he knows nothing, evading apprehension, sending your party at a chase scene through the red light district, luring them into a trap to a location where his fellow thugs reside, with an interesting and fun encounter that can end with the leader dead and plenty of loot for your players. The case will be closed. Or, if they're interested in a longer quest, having him inform the players of another adventuring party that caused all that chaos will be the way to go. Trying to locate them or connecting them to another quest you might have will be a better solution. Where is the adventuring party now? Well, that's up to you. Their bodies can be found deep into the Soundless Citadel, hanged on the square of Shadowport, charged with murder. Council members of the village of Longbridge, where your next adventure will lead them. The sky's the limit. Open-ended quests just create more hooks for the future. Either way, the quest giver will have his answer. It only falls on you to choose if the bandit or the other group will fit the bill. The father will have peace of mind, and the players will have their first friend in a new city. And that is, my friends, my first daily quest for you. And a bonus encounter at that. Please feel free to tell me your opinion. Did you like it? Would you be tempted to use it in your games? And of course, subscribe and share this video with your friends. It really helps me be motivated to keep doing this. I really can be thankful enough. After 1 year, we are closing to 1,000 subscriptions. Feel free to tell me what would you like to see in a special video when we hit the magic number 1000. This was the RPG Lore Master, and welcome to my Ambushed by Bandits table.